it's me Daily and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I think we're gonna keep the hair up. It is 11:19 at night and it's the middle of summer. I don't work tomorrow. I've got no responsibilities basically. So let's do a TBR video. Let's pick out my July TBR, shall we? I built this I crafted this, this looks like freaking pretzels, but it's supposed to be a beehive. So I made this little coil pot in ceramics class, and I thought, what better use for it than to, you know, put all my book titles in it. I'm gonna let fate choose my TBR today. Okay, so let's just get into it because I don't want this video to be too long. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. I did just go get myself a large Mellow Yellow though at Mickey D's. Those never don't hit, you know what I mean? So much for being healthy this summer, right? Okay, so I'm nervous. Okay, this one. So let's see what I got here. I mean, I'm not mad that I got Thistle Foot, but like, let me just go get it. So I have Thistle Foot here by Gwenna Rose Nethercott. That is one heck of a name. This is, I don't know, I got this from Book of the Month in October, and I thought this looks like really weird. I'm pretty sure it's just a house that has chicken legs and it walks around and these children are like trying to save it. I don't know. Let me read the synopsis. The Yaga siblings, Valentine, a young woodworker, and Isaac, a wayfaring street performer and con artist, have been estranged since childhood, separated both by resentment and by wide miles of American highway. But when called to receive a mysterious inheritance, the siblings are reunited, only to discover that their bequest isn't land or money, but something far stranger. A sentient house on chicken legs. Are you hearing this? Thistlefoot, as the house is called, has arrived from the Yaga's essential home in Eastern Europe, but not alone. A sinister figure known as the Long Shadow Man has stalked it across continents, bearing violent secrets from the past, fiery memories that have hidden in Isaac and Valentine's blood for generations, memories that have begun to awaken. As the Yaga siblings embark with Thistlefoot on a cross-country theater tour, the Long Shadow Man follows in relentless pursuit, as do the specters of history, including the forgotten fate of a small shtetl and the house's original inhabitant, Baba Yaga. Ultimately, time, magic, and legacy must collide, erupting in the powerful conflagration to determine who gets to remember the past and craft a new future. I don't even know. Like, honestly, I don't know what to think. I got it on a whim. And then when I got in the mail, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Put it on my shelf, and I was like, you know what? Like, I don't have any interest in this whatsoever. But the cover's coolio, you know, the cover's neato. It sounds so ridiculous that I don't know if I'll like it. You know what I mean? The majority of the time that I do these things, like did I have a stroke? Because I think I had a stroke. I think I'm sleep deprived. The last time I did a TBR where I pick randomly, or just a TBR in general, I never follow TBRs. I never do. I'm a mood reader. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the idea of following a set TBR. It just sounds so fun. There's something about it that's magical. Not gonna lie, very hesitant, not looking forward to that one at all, but it could be fun. Let's do this one here. I love my little beehive. It's so fun. Green! Oh! Sorry, that was kind of loud and obnoxious. I got Lore Olympus Volume 1. Volume 1! I've already read the first volume, but I feel like it's been like a year and a half since I read it, and I have the first 3 volumes. I really want the 4th, but I feel like I should hold off until I know that I like the first 3. You know, there's no point in buying the 4th. Like, what if I hate the second one and I'm like, I don't want to continue, and then I just like have them. So I picked Lore Olympus, Volume 1. I've already read this volume, like I mentioned. It's by Rachel Smith or Smythe. I'm pretty sure it's Smith, but I don't know. So I think basically in this first volume, Persephone's like at a party. I think I remember Hades and Persephone are both at this party. They don't really know each other at the beginning. They run into each other. Sparks fly a little bit, I think. And then I think Persephone gets a little too like tipsy and Hades like takes care of her. I feel like this is a definite read because I've been wanting to read this again. So I'm very, very happy about that one. Thank you, Lord, for giving me Thistle Foot and disappointing me and then giving me something that I thought I would actually read. Thank you. Sorry, I love TBR videos. They're so fun. I love filming them because I never know what I'm gonna get. Different color every time. Ace of Spades. Ooh, interesting. This I've heard, I think pretty much everyone who reads this book loves it, I think. Plus this cover is just gorgeous. You know what I mean? It's like a card. And it says on the back here, a figure approaches the door, and the distorted smile and pale skin of the mask come into view. This is crazy for a debut, honestly. I already know I'm gonna like it. Okay, the hair's coming down. I can't do it anymore. I feel like I look disgusting with my hair down. This is a TBR video, not a self-shaming video. So, on to the 4th book. You like that noise? Because I do. I'm so pale, it's insane. How does one become as pale as Daily? The world may never know. I'm sorry, I'm in a really goofy mood tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. Ooh, dark green again. Oh, you guys, I was literally gonna pick this book. I have been wanting to read this book for so long. But yeah, it's a thick romance novel. I've heard this is a lot of fun and a really good one. So I've had this for a while and I really want it to be good because I love it. I love thick romance novels. I love thick books. When I read a thick book, I feel accomplished. When I read a thick book, I feel superior. When I read a thick book, I feel like I can do anything. It says here, Naomi Witt is on the run, not just from her fiancé and a church full of well-wishers, but from her entire life. Although if you ask her, Naomi's riding to the rescue of her estranged hot mess of a twin, Tina, to knock him out. A rough around the edges town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi. Her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves behind something unexpected. The niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's a guardian to an 11-year-old going on 30 with no car, no money, and no plan. There's a reason this bearded bad boy barber doesn't get involved with the high-maintenance women, especially not type A romantic ones. Since Naomi's life imploded right in front of him, the least Knox can do is help her out of her jam. And just as soon as she stops getting into new trouble, he can leave her alone and get back to his quiet, solitary life. At least that's the plan. So I think we'll pick 2 or 3 more. This one. What is it? Ooh, another romance! Ooh, okay. The Match. I kind of like this because I feel like I'm picking books, like so far I feel like I've picked books that I would maybe choose on my own, but this one never came to mind. Like when I think about picking TBRs, I never pick this one up. It's The Match by Sarah Adams. It's pretty short too. It's a romance novel. Having worked for Southern Service Paws for a few years now, I like to think I'm prepared for just about any client meeting under the sun. I am dead wrong. The day I meet with single dad Jacob Broden about potentially matching his daughter with one of our service dogs, I learn a few valuable lessons. 1, always set my alarm clock. 2, single dads are way hotter than I previously thought. 3, it is possible to go from fantasizing about kissing someone to wishing they would be run over by a truck in a matter of 2 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't hold that opinion of him for very long. Not when he shows me a different side of himself, one that's sweet as maple syrup and hot as apple pie fresh out of the oven. Too bad this guy is so far out of my league that I shouldn't even be allowed to enter the game. Jake doesn't seem to get that memo though. and after a few days of working closely with him and his daughter, he starts looking at me with fire in his eyes, making me dream of something I probably shouldn't. A family. It seems so sweet, you know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really happy I picked it. I love having some romance in here because romance is like a good breaker-upper between like thicker, more thought-provoking books where you need to think. Next one! What is it? Another! Oh. My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I have never read a Tessa Bailey book before. I got My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I've never read anything by Tessa Bailey before, but I've heard, like, from the people that I've seen online, like Olivia Reads a Latte, I know she read this and she thought it was a really fun time. I'm not too sure what this one's about and I don't feel like reading the back because I'm kind of tired. But our two main characters, I believe they're on like a cruise ship. And then a murder mystery kind of forms from there as well as a romance. Let's just read the first line and see what it says. Taylor, to all the people who've called me cheap in the past, how do you like me now, jerks? I thought it would be like suspenseful and be like, ooh, what's next? So like intrigue me to read it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've heard really fun things about this one. I'm not gonna read the back of it because I kind of want to keep it a mystery because it's pretty short. Just for funsies. Let's do this one. Oh, it's on the same shelf. Dude, is this another romance? Oh, it's not! Cool! I got Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. I saw this originally. I saw Chloe Bunny reading this on her channel, and I thought that seems like a very educational and like a very educational book that I feel like I would benefit from. Today's feminist movement has a glaring blind spot, and paradoxically, I hope I'm saying that right, it is women. Mainstream feminists rarely talk about meeting basic needs as a feminist issue, argues Mickey Kendall, but food security, access to quality education, safe neighborhoods, a living wage, and medical care are all feminist issues. All too often, however, the focus is not on basic survival for the many, but on increasing privilege for the few. How can we stand in solidarity as a movement, Kendall asks, when there is distinct likelihood that some women are oppressing others? In her searching collection of essays, Mickey Kendall takes aim at the legitimacy of the modern feminist movement, arguing that it has chronically failed to address the needs of all but a few women. I'm definitely gonna purchase the audiobook for this. I feel like with any nonfiction book that I own, I tend, like if it's a memoir, if it's something educational, any kind of nonfiction book, I always buy the audiobook for because I feel like I need to hear it from the author's perspective or like voice, you know what I mean? And narration, because they know what they meant by what they wrote, and I want to hear it from their voice, and I feel like that's the best way for me to interpret it. Here we go. Same shelf! Another romance novel. I've got the Bromance Book Club here. This is about men who it's the sweetest thing ever if you think about it. All these men, these grown men who are married or in relationships are in a book club together where they read like stupid freaking romance novels to try to improve their relationships with their significant other. So they're trying to please them in more ways than one, I'll just say that. And so it's kind of a rom-com novel, and I've heard really great things about it. I'm gonna pick one more, and if it's another romance novel, we're gonna keep picking until I don't get a romance novel, because I want something different, you know what I mean? And I love picking books out of here. Oh, this is different, it's not romance. The Friend. You know what, that's kind of cool. I'll take it. I love this cover, it's so eye-catching and fun. This is about a dog. A moving story of love, friendship, grief, healing, and the magical bond between a woman and her dog. That's all I really needed to know, plus his cover is stunning. It's a National Book Award winner, and I would love to see if it's worth keeping on my shelves. I've had it for quite a long time now, more than a year, I think maybe 2 years even at this point, and I haven't read it yet. And it's about a dog and like a relationship with the dog's human or owner, you know what I mean? And it sounds like kind of moving and emotional, but also like a good heartwarming story, and that's why I wanted it when I bought it. And so it looks really short, and so I would really like to read this one. Yes, here we are. This is the nice 9-book stack. I almost feel like I want to even it out. Should I even it out? Let's even it out. Why not? 9 is an odd number. We don't like odd numbers. Yes, it's a perfect square, but it's odd. One more. I really like picking out of the jar, but like when it comes to committing, like I'm not good at the commitment part. Hiya! All's Well by Mona Awad. Yeah, that's like a psychological thriller, right? It's something like that. So yeah, I picked All's Well by Mona Awad as my 10th and final pick for the much that makes two strokes for this video. So yeah, All's Well. I love this cover. It feels great. I love looking at the fake pills on it. I've heard iffy things about this one. I've heard people like it. I've heard people don't like it. This is about a woman who really wants to do a Shakespeare play, I'm pretty sure. She's like, she's in an acting career, but she has excruciating chronic pain. She has a failed marriage and a deepening dependence on painkillers. Now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theater director, determined to put on a Shakespeare All's Well That Ends Well play that's promised to her cost her everything. She faces a mutinous cast hell-bent on staging Macbeth instead. Miranda sees her chance at redemption slip through her fingers. That's when she meets 3 strange benefactors who have an eerie knowledge of Miranda's past and a tantalizing promise for her future. One where the show goes on, her rebellious students get what's coming to them, and the invisible doubted pain that kept her from the spotlight is made known. So yeah, I've got 10 books to pick from now, and like I said, I'm not gonna read them all. I know I won't. It'd be great if I did, but I know I'm not going to. I feel like TBRs are so much fun to film, but when it comes to wrap-ups, they're so lame because I never read what I say I will. So yeah, this is a big variety of books here, and I'm really excited about each and every one of them. Like I said, there's too much romance for me, but like, if I'm in a romance kick, like I might as well like be happy about it because I've got like 5 romances here. So yeah, 10 books for little old me over here. I don't believe I'll get to them all. I won't even believe I'll get to half. Honestly, I'll probably read like 2 books. Thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully it wasn't too stupid. I feel like these are so like thrown together. Let me know down below if any of these seem to interest you, or if you've read any of them. Let me know what you think, your thoughts, which ones you're most excited for me to read, or which ones you recommend the most. I would love to know. I love it when people comment, and I really appreciate everyone in the past who's ever commented or subscribed or anything, ever left any trace that they cared. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching today's video. And I will see you guys next Monday on my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.